Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Cheryl. I am the author of the 3 decks we're going to be using today. And it is the beginning of June. And I thought we need to go back to doing our spiritual check-ins and checkups. So what I mean by that is, where are you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? What is happening? What the heck does Spirit have to say about the month and you? And before we get started, I have to say a super special thank you for those of you who hit the super thanks and bought me coffees through PayPal. I super appreciate that. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. It's nice to have you. The readings here are much more spiritual based, and it is to not just give you a sense of like a foundation for you to go out into the world and feel like you've got some sort of balance here, but it's also for your heart and mind. And I do my readings with the utmost sincerity, and I hope that you can feel that when you have your reading today. So let's find out what's happening for you, what your check up and check-in has to say. So I thought today we'd do it a little different. We'll do it by deck. Yes, I'm the author of each of these decks. Okay, so for group 1, it will be the Path of the Soul cards is going to be our choice. Group 2 is the Return of Spirit deck. And group 3 is the Divine Guidance deck. So pause if you need to, and we're going to get into a in-depth reading. I'll see you there. Hi, group 1. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say for you. Now, which way are we pointing here? Okay, I think it's going the right way. So wow. Okay, so this first card represents you or the situation in the month. And it's interesting that the very first card out is third. Oh my gosh. You guys saw me shuffle this, right? So the card that crowns you, this is third eye card. And then this is on a higher spiritual realm. We have the channeling guide. Okay. So all my little, and the breakthrough card sits down here in the foundation, what your 2 feet are standing on this month to give you stability as you're walking your path. So third eye, channeling guide, and breakthrough. Okay, so this card kind of represents the energies that's helping you to move forward, to get over the hump of where you are right now and where things are heading. Now, these guys are powerhouse cards, but Bull Guide card is really important because Bull Guide is talking a lot about boundaries. Okay, so I just want to start with this first card here. Now, this glass is slippery, but we'll make do. Okay, so this first card, third eye, is literally talking about an opening of the third eye, being more connected to, let's say, visions, intuitive understandings. It can actually say, and I'm going to say it because this channeling guide is here, that there is something about you guys utilizing your intuition, connecting with your intuition, and using your intuition this month. Now, the other thing with that third eye card is that as you settle into being more connected, how do I say that? Okay, because I get feelings when I'm holding the cards, so I'm just trying to articulate what it is I'm feeling. So it feels like there's something about acknowledging your intuition. And I feel like there's going to be tests. And, I can think of a really simple example. You know how you get a gut feeling, let's say you're leaving the house and you get this weird feeling that maybe you should take your extra set of keys today. And you're like, no, that's silly. You ignore it and you leave. And sure enough, yeah, you lock yourself out of your car during lunch, something ridiculous. And you're like, oh, I knew it. I should have listened. Should have listened to that voice. And so that third eye card is talking about really embracing your intuitive gifts, talents. And I mean, let's face it, the truth is, intuition, that quiet inner voice, is natural. That's normal. It is how we are designed to actually function. But through our programming in our society and in this world at large, everything about the way we are brought up, our educational system, all of it is meant to suppress it. And so there's something about you coming into this, the feeling I get with these cards is an empowerment. Okay. So this represents you, the situation of the month, being more connected to your intuition on a higher level. So that's you. This channeling guide card is representing the higher energies that are working with you or that you are working in. And the card we have is the channeling guide card. And you can see the two eyes, this mouth is open, the energy is coming in through the crown and out through the mouth. So it can be two things. Some of you do work actively at trying to channel, right? Not trying, some of you do it brilliantly, absolutely. But in this context, this is more about you not just connecting to your intuition, but being more connected to spirit and being a voice for spirit. And there's a lot of times where we're a voice for spirit and don't even know it. Last week I thought, I think it's time for me to start offering personal readings. And, I'm going to have to see about that. And then suddenly I have a bunch of people, you guys, in the comments saying, oh, when are you going to start personal readings, Cheryl? Because you are connected in. You don't even know that what you're saying is the work of spirit. Spirit's using you like a little puppet to convey messages. And that's a lot of what's happening up here in the higher realms this month is, Spirit's using you to do their work. And that's very empowering. And I feel like a part of what they're saying here, now I want to go down here to this card because this breakthrough card is in the bottom, is your foundation, what your 2 feet are standing on this month. And with that breakthrough card being in this position, it's saying there's some sort of breakthrough with your intuition. But I have a feeling they're talking about a lot more than that. And I believe that because of this bull guide card. So I feel like there's a breakthrough coming through for you guys, not just on a spiritual level, but it feels like an emotional level, that within your relationships, there's some sort of change. Like literally, you can see there's these patterns. It almost looks like tic-tac-toe. And then this bright light just busting up this set pattern. So when that's happening, these breaking of patterns and that sort of thing, you can feel a little bit wonky because things aren't playing out the way they normally do for you. okay? And it is to get you out of ruts, to get you unstuck, to get you, more into your power. So there's that feeling of instability, a feel of breaking patterns, and I feel like they're talking about relationship patterns, and especially how and where you are holding yourself back. And that is huge. I can't think of a better card to be sitting down here in the foundation of a breakthrough with your connection to spirit, in your relationships, and with your intuition, which is you functioning at that higher level as a soul incarnated, being more in alignment to your own truth. Now, the card that sits next to it is the Joyous card. And I love this little guy. This one has been making an appearance a lot lately. Like this, it's interesting that a lot of the same cards are coming out. I mean, there's a whole deck here. So if you have gotten these cards last week or in a previous reading, it's because there's some aspect of the message that you haven't integrated yet. Now, this card, third eye, represents you and the situation. This card is the energy that's pushing you, moving you forward on your path to help you get over the hump of where you are. And the card that we have is the Joyous card, okay? So for June, it is going to be important that you guys are more in touch and in tune with your heart and really sincerely listening to not what you think you should like, what you think you should be doing. Don't should on yourself, because it just is no good for you or anybody else. That this is about you taking a real look at your life, your relationships, yourself, and going, I used to love that, and I used to love that. But do I still? Does it still feed my soul? Does it still feed my heart and my spirit? And there's something about that breaking through and getting to this understanding and position where you're like, okay, I know what's true inside me and what truly lights me up. Because I feel like you guys are definitely getting lit up this month. Holy smokes. And I think that there's a lot more joy coming in for you guys. And even in the simplest ways, like with the simplest pleasures. And I feel like this is a month of more of ease for you guys. But the thing is that's the energy that's getting you over the hump, helping you to get unstuck in the places you are feeling stuck in. And the card where things are headed, the card that we have here, is the Bull Guide card. And the Bull Guide card is he's talking about you standing up for yourself and showing up for yourself. That sometimes people or situations can come up, and they're saying that this is coming up this month where you're going to feel like you have to stand up for yourself and stand up for you. Somebody, like boundaries, have a lot to do with this card. So you may feel like you need to set boundaries this month. Setting boundaries with yourself, right? To the stupid talker, the one that, that little voice that's the naysayer is always trying to hold us back and keep us small. So setting a boundary with that. And also setting a boundary so you have space for that, for your own pleasure and your own joy and your own exploration and your own play within your intuition and with spirit in your spiritual connection. But This card can also say that there could be some or one or more who are pushing your boundaries this month, where you have to stand up. And this isn't a hey, we're going to come and confront people. That's not what this card is. This is where one or more people may cross a boundary, cross a line. You're like, nope, that line is a hard limit. You don't get to cross that. And that you stand up for yourself, but not in a way of confrontation. It's more in a way of truth and being in your power and just saying, no, you don't get to cross that line. And in doing so, you actually give yourself that space. Like, when you cut out the areas of life that are bringing that friction and tension, and you release that and create a space for yourself, there is room for a lot more just joy and pleasure in being. So that is an aspect of, like, this is the main point of what's coming up here in June. And this is where you go, I did it. I did it. And it's also about being present in your life, like it's you showing up in your life, because there can be a tendency to hide. Okay, so I want to pull just one more card here and see what our final message is for the month. And I'm torn. I'm going to take two. Don't tell the other. Oh, vibrational. Divine order. Okay. So, as I suspected, we have the vibrational card. And that this is like, you are this beautiful light, this core, this center. And this is about you putting yourself out into the world, like the vibrations. And it makes total sense with the cards that have come up here this month. And this card is a lot about connecting with other people. So oftentimes, this is for the speakers, the teachers, the counselors, anything that brings you in connection to groups with other people, and being in a leadership sort of position, okay, whether on a big scale or a small scale, there is something about your energy and June that is about you working with groups of people, you putting your energy out there, taking a stand, showing up for your life. Like, this is crazy powerful. So it makes sense why divine order showed up, because divine order is like literally about taking care of your physical body. So this is going to be really important. And if you're let's call June the month of empowerment, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. That's what this is about. And with that divine order card showing up, it's saying, it's a high energy month, and it's going to become important. You're going to see it, that you are fueling your body properly, or at least better than you have been in the past. Because when you're working with that higher energy, this kind of literal vibration, you've got to feed the body. And I don't want to sit here and preach to you, because you guys all know, what foods work for you, what type of nutrition works for you. But, there's that saying of take, a little self-care and a little self-love. So, if you like getting pampered, go to a spa, get a massage, if that's within your budget, do your nails, whatever, but it's taking care of yourself. But this is a high energy month. This is a busy month for you guys. And you guys are literally bringing through some higher level energies this month. Wow. Now, if you enjoyed your reading, please do hit the like. I have a lot more readings coming up, so feel free to subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. I love listening to comments, replying, reading them. You know what I mean. And I love you. Take care. I'll see you next week. Hi, Group 2. How are you? Okay, I shuffled these for quite a bit. So, month of June, what is happening here? I feel like I'm ready to start taking them out. Okay, this first card out represents you and the situations for the month. And we have the confidence card. Okay. Hey. We have the gifted card up in the higher energies, higher connection, higher understanding. And in the foundation, what you're standing on this month is the up card. So whatever has been happening, the feeling of being down here is going to start to increase. And okay, now that is interesting. So this is the energy that is helping you to get over the hump this month, to get you moving forward on your path. And we have the caretaker card. Okay, look at that. So I've been making Oracle decks now, and we've been printing them for 17 years. I have been. And for the first time ever, I opened up this deck 3 weeks ago, and this blank card came. And it's colored, it's got a back, but there's no picture on the front and no words. And after talking to you guys in the community post, you guys said, use it. So we're using it. And this is the ultimate potential, right? So it's almost like get a pen, get your life paper, and write your own ending sort of thing. This is a massive, huge potential. It's a blank slate for you guys to go on. I'm excited because I wasn't expecting that. I completely forgot about it when we started the reading. Okay, so I'm going to start with our first card here, the confidence card, because there. So with this card, this tells me where you're at and the conditions or circumstances of the month. And when that card comes up, there's it's usually backed with a maybe not really believing in yourself as much as you could, feeling like you aren't enough, you aren't good enough, or you don't have enough skill, talent, ability, whatever area, because it's group reading. Each of you are going to feel this like you're coming short in some areas in your life. And that confidence card is literally saying that is what is going to be addressed this month. And with that confidence card, it's saying that you absolutely are enough, you can do this. Now, when that comes up, there's often something about taking baby steps. Because when we're going out to do something new, we can rush out and aim for the highest height, but it's almost like it sets us up to feel like we're coming in short. And with the confidence card, the feeling I keep getting is about these baby steps, that it's not about knowing that suddenly some magic's going to happen this month and you're just going to feel like, yeah, I've got this. I can do it. I've got enough talent. They're not talking about that. With these baby steps, it's like, okay, here's the goal. This is what I'm aiming for. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to perfect. This is how I want to feel about me. And it's about taking these smaller steps toward that goal. And each time you step, it builds up a little bit of confidence. So you aren't reaching way too high. You're just going one little level at a time and going, oh, I accomplished that. And yeah, I did good. Okay. All right. And then another step and you're succeeding, and another step and you're succeeding. And so maybe we should have called this card the building of confidence, because this is all about building your confidence this month. And I have a feeling for many of you, it's about actually seeing yourself through the eyes of others. It seems like it can be so difficult for us to see ourselves in a true light, in an authentic light, because, we can color. Our mind can color things in a way that isn't always truly serving to our highest growth, if you know what I mean. And the reason I'm saying that is because up here in this is the spiritual realm, if you want to put it that way, connection to higher self, your higher understandings, your higher learning and lessons. And the card that we have is the gifted card. And this is literally saying that it's coming into an understanding this month that you do absolutely have these beautiful, unique gifts and talents. And it's almost like, think of it as downloading your gifts or talents, or downloading the understanding that you are here to utilize your gifts, to share your gifts out here in the world. And I know what it's like to feel like you don't have anything unique or anything special. I live with that every day, and most of us do. But that's what I was saying with that confidence card, is how we perceive ourselves is absolutely different than how the collective world experiences us, and what others can see in us, these sparks of light that we have that we can't recognize for ourselves. And so this gifted card is talking about you coming that higher understanding with your gifts and talents, as your soul gifts, right? That there's a utilization, there's a connection to them, there's an embracing of them, there's an understanding of them. Because this month is very much about path and purpose for you guys. Like, absolutely. Now, with this card here, this card kind of represents the foundation, what your 2 feet are standing on, or more like the physical world versus the spiritual world, okay? Now, with this card, that it's giving me that feeling that, you guys haven't been feeling so good about yourselves, about your life, or your path, or your purpose, or your gifts. Like there's some area where you've been kind of riding this low tide, if you want to put it that way. And what this card is saying is that things are looking up. This is literally a massive arrow pointing into the sky, saying the sky is the limit, right? That the limit is so high up that there's nothing to hold you back here. but it's also talking about a shift and a change because it's in the physical realm here. There's talking about an uplifting of your spirits, a feeling, feeling that confidence, feeling a little more like that that you do have a purpose here, that you belong in this world, that you have something special to share with the world, that you are needed, you are necessary. The world needs you. And there's something about that energy of that uplifting kind of feeling. And I literally, as I'm saying that, I get the feeling of like two angels on each shoulder. And if you don't resonate with angels, think guides, ascended masters, whatever. You get what I'm saying here, is uplifting you, helping lift you up into a better place. So it's feeling better, feeling good when you get out of bed each day, going, yeah, I can. Like that's the sentence. Your words this month is, I can. And so I love that that's what that foundation is, because I feel like you're going to open up to bigger possibilities and potential about your path, your purpose, and using your true soul's gift this month. Very much so. Now, the card that we have here is the energy that is supporting you in moving forward, pushing you forward over your path to get over the hump of where you are. Now, the big thing with this card is it can also be representing the past, and this is the future, okay? And the caretaker card is, you guys are these, it's another form of an earth angel card if you want to put it that way. But this is about you taking care of everyone else, or taking care of things for other people, taking care of out there. And this card is saying, but it's not okay to just be on output, out all the time, that it's important that you're allowing others to help take care of you. So I feel like there's this balancing of energy coming here for you guys, where you're not quite so much on output as more as coming into this stability and this balance this month. That caretaker card can also talk about codependent relationships, or it's about the relationships where we are giving too much and not allowing ourselves to receive. And it's talking about there's people or situations this month coming in that give you that nurture that you need. And I feel like that's what they're talking about here with that confidence card, that there's some things happening in real life, like in the physical world, not just up here in the spiritual, that are going to help feed your confidence and feed that feeling of, yes, I can, things are good. And I'm saying that because you have the white blank slate card. So I feel like in one way they're talking about a cleaning of the slate, a cleaning of the past, a cleaning of the issues that have plagued you around relationships, if you want to say codependency, but I feel like I'm not using the right word there. Maybe unhealthy behaviors in relationships, where you are giving and not receiving. And they're talking about you coming into this deeper understanding of yourself and your gifts and your purpose and your reason for being here, and being uplifted and coming into a place where you're like, I'm ready to begin to write my own story. I'm not going to keep replaying an old story that was written in my past. No more of that. That this is about today and now and that this month, these unlimited potentials, these possibilities become possible. Okay? So there's a lot about manifesting actually happening in this month too. So, it's going to be different for each of you because some of you, I'm sure, are actively working on manifesting things right now in your life. And then some of you are just coming to the understanding that you are creators, that your soul creates reality. And so you're moving into this place. Now, this reading's getting long, but I'm going to pull one more card to see if there's any more messages. And this one wanted to come out, so I'm going to take... Wow. So I don't know what it is this month, but the other group had a bunch of intuitive cards. So the card that we got here is mediumship. And it's like a mirror of two sides coming together in connection. So with that mediumship card, it can be talking about spiritual gifts, of mediumship, of connecting with spirit, being as one of your gifts, if you want to put it that way. But there is a deeper understanding of working in balance and harmony with spirit, right? And working at that place, that in-between level, right, between the physical world and the spiritual world, and feeling like really grounded in that space between. So there's a lot coming up with understanding your intuitive connection, your own connection, because I feel like there's a lot of you guys in this group who actively work in connecting with your guides or angels or whoever that you are connecting with. So there's a lot of growth, is a good word, that is happening in that this month. Along with that, feeling really secure in working between the two realms here for you. But I also feel like it's almost like a mediation thing with something from the past getting taken care of here. So I don't know what I'm talking about. You'll have to wait and see what happens in the month with that. But there's also that. So wow, you guys have a power month coming up, and it's beautiful. There's huge growth here. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please do hit the like. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Have lots of great readings coming up. I want you to know that I love you. I will see you again next week. Take care. Hi, group 3. Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say about the month of June for you guys. Wow. Okay. So the first card out represents you and the situation for the month. And we have takeoff. We have liftoff. We have a rocket shooting through the skies. So that's pretty potent. Okay, in the higher realms, we have Archangel Michael. Okay, so that's on a spiritual, intellectual kind of level. And down in the physical, we have the empowerment card. I like that. Okay. We have rewards. And we have the wisdom guide card. Okay, so the first card we are starting with is this one. Because this represents you in the situation this month. And there's a lot of change happening here. And it's like, it looks like a rocket tearing through the heavens, through the sky, and streaking its way across. And so there's something about, if you guys have been starting a project or starting a business or starting something new, I feel like there's some change upward, things are taking off. This card is all about things taking off. So I feel like you guys have liftoff as far as projects and things like that. But I feel like personally, there's also a lot of expansion and growth coming up for you guys in this month. And one of these areas is absolutely in the relationship department. But okay, so I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So there's a lot of change happening for you guys this month. And where things, if you've been working on manifesting stuff, I feel like there's a lot of things coming to fruition for you. Like there's a lot of completion and forward movement, huge leaps and bounds. And up here in the spiritual realm is like higher lessons, higher learning, higher understanding, that sort of thing. And we have the Archangel Michael card. And I believe this one came out a week or two ago. So if you got this card before, there's something still not fully quite integrated yet. But Archangel Michael is talking about a lot of it has to do with relationships. One part of it is Michael is our protector, right? He is our guardian. When we are feeling threatened or not feeling safe in the world, we can call on that archetype, archangel, to come in and help us in feeling that. But the other aspect of Michael is he is a cord cutter, cutting the cords. And a lot of the time we have attachments to people and things, and especially things of the past that we need to release, we need to let go of, because we've integrated the lessons. We've learned all that we're going to learn. We've experienced all that we need to experience with some things from the past. And then it comes time to let it go. And this is like, if you were a hot air balloon, Michael cutting those cords is like cutting off the cords to the sandbags that are keeping your hot air balloon grounded. And as I'm saying that, I'm realizing that we have the liftoff card. So it's kind of making sense here why that is what's coming to me. But it's almost like, I'm just going to say it bluntly, that it's like a releasing of old baggage from your life. And this is not I've got to clear out old friends and da-da-da. This is in the higher realm of things. So there's just this higher like wisdom and understanding. And, I feel like this is really, they're talking more of this inward process versus confrontational instances, circumstances playing out in the real world. I feel like they're talking about you coming to this higher understanding, and that through that you're doing a lot of releasing this month of old baggage and just the crap that you no longer need to carry that stuff around with you. It's done, it's complete, it's the past, and in doing that, there's a lot of releasing happening this month, and that is where this liftoff or takeoff is happening. And, you saw me shuffle the cards, so I didn't cherry pick these, but you would think the way that they came out that I did. So this card represents, if this is the spiritual higher understanding, this card represents what's in the physical, what your 2 feet are standing on, that is the foundation for you this month. And we have the empowerment card. And I cannot think of any better card to be down here in the foundation of what you are standing on. And that totally plays out with this releasing your past and releasing that old baggage and going, screw that. I am not what these old voices in my head keep telling me. I'm not limited to what these old voices in my head keep telling me. I'm not limited to what my past has been or who I've been in the past. And there is this huge empowerment. And I feel like that's what's actually fueling this liftoff or takeoff in your life. Because it's, as I'm holding this card, it really does give me the energy of like, F it. I'm just doing it. I'm just going to do it. Screw that, screw them, screw the voice, whatever. And so there's that huge empowerment happening here. And, you know, what's interesting is we have the rewards card, and I feel like these are directly linking to each other, because in that empowerment, you're standing in that, you're swimming in that this month. So it feels like there's going to be a lot of inner happenings that are going on, and even circumstances out here in the real world that are going to be fueling your go-getter inside of you, okay? Now, this card represents the energy that is helping you to move forward, to help you get over the hump of wherever you're at right now. And with this card, this is talking about rewards. And it makes sense, because I feel like what they're saying is that you're going to be seeing the rewards of what you've been doing. There is a recognition that comes with this card of being recognized and seen. Between these two cards, there's a lot of being recognized and seen. So, I mean, that could be even in, relationships with family or close friends, even them seeing you with different eyes. But I feel like it's even on a higher level, because I want to go back to that feeling in the very beginning of this starter energy that you guys have started something or have begun something or are moving towards something. And there's rewards of being seen, being recognized. There's recognition happening, and it's fueling all of this stuff. And what's interesting is we have the Wisdom Guide card. So this is talking about where it's heading, right? This is moving into the future. And with that card being there, the crown, like this would be like two eyes. There's two hands on each side of the face, almost like the Home Alone. And that Wisdom Guide card being surrounded in blue is talking about really embracing your intuition, but it's talking about higher understanding, higher wisdom. I mean, a lot of what I was saying with the Michael card, but like what it's saying is these lessons are learned. This month is about going, yes, I've friggin' learned it, and I'm moving on and moving forward. And it's like carrying that wisdom with you. And I feel like for a lot of you, that whatever it is that they're talking about with this, you're actually going to be using what you have learned, what you have gathered, the tools on your tool belt this past period in your life, and using it out here in the world in some way. Like a simple example would be you've done your work and you've whatever learned this, and now you're going to take it and use it for some sort of life coaching or counseling or teaching that in some way. There's something about sharing your wisdom and sharing your knowledge out here. So, wow, but we're not done, because I want to pull just another card here and see what we get. And I'm going to pick it this way, just so that this one is different in the pile. So I feel like that's the one we want. And I need to take, okay, Celebration. That one has come up before, but I feel like I need to take this one, Earth Angel. Oh my God. Okay, so you have Archangel Michael and the Earth Angel card. And that's what I was saying about you guys utilizing your lessons learned out here in the world about sharing it, the teaching, the counseling, the da-da-da, because that is totally like what the Earth Angel card is, that you guys are here to be in service. And it really does seem that those of us who have come here to be in service do not choose the easy path or the easy road. We choose like these ridiculously hard lives with these ridiculously hard lessons, but there's a reason for it. And it's almost like saying, the accumulation of your trials and tribulations, that this month you get to see the fruits of all that you've learned and all that you've experienced, to be able to take it out there into the world and share it and use it. And I feel like even for those of you who aren't planning to share it in that way, you're still going to be sharing it through the energy of you, through the expression of you, that there's that huge empowerment coming for you through all of this. And then the other card we have here is the celebration card. So I feel like that's where you kind of go, mm-hmm. So, giving yourself the pat on the back. I feel like you're actually, because this card, the liftoff card is here, that you are actually going to have something to celebrate. So I would say this would be a more social month, even though there's a lot of internal stuff happening this month, a lot of internal processing and releasing and letting go. There's still a lot of connecting with people, and I feel like, there could be social engagements or being more social in some way, but you're celebrating you, celebrating your life, celebrating who you are. Like, it's very beautiful. It's very empowering. Okay. So I don't feel like this is one of those months where you're hugging the tissue box and crying and eating ice cream. I feel like this is more of those months where you're like, yeah, you got your spirit warrior on and you're ready to come out into the world. So it's quite a beautiful month for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please do hit the like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I have lots more videos coming up, lots more readings. And I just want to tell you that I love you. I hope you got what you needed today, and we'll see you again next week. Take care.